Greetings, my friends. Brent from EpicBattleAxe.com here with Tony. I came to chew bubblegum grice.
Yeah, bubblegum.
There was supposed to be some kick-ass in there too, but I don't know. I mean, you know, Roddy Piper references or so.
Chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I've still got some bubblegum, so I'm working on that.
That's right. So watch your fucking roll. And we, collectively, he and I, are here for this. The PlayStation 4 console is officially arrived. We were at the midnight launch tonight. We were talking about that on Facebook, on Twitter. If you visited my YouTube channel, you'll probably see some videos that we've shot earlier this evening. But this is what it's all come down to. We are going to unbox the PlayStation 4. We're going to plug it up. We're going to play it. We're going to let you know what we think about it. We've also got some accessories here that we're going to do a little unboxing for. We're going to check those out. If you want to check out an unboxing vid on the Dualshock 4 controller, I've already got one of those uploaded to my YouTube channel, which you can check out, youtube.com/VikingBrentAdams, all one word. And you can see what that's like. We're going to open these up, and then we're going to get to the behemoth here. And so I would say something else, but that would just delay opening the box. So I think what we should do is take a drink, and then we should open this shit up.
Where's my beer?
You don't like beer.
Yeah, good point. All right.
Are we ready to commence?
I think we are. I caught it that time.
We will start with the camera. What do you want to do? Camera or
I think we start with the generic charging station, since it's not
it's not a generic charging station.
It's officially licensed, but it's not made by Sony. It's made by Power.
You know, I feel like I got kind of taken on that. I thought I was getting the Sony one.
It is officially licensed, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't officially license it.
I'm still almost thinking like I want to take it back. I don't know.
Is there an official Sony one, though?
I thought there was.
I don't know.
So
these are official Sony cards.
These are official Sony cards, and these are interesting, I suppose. Went ahead and got a PSN card. Best Buy was running a promotion where if you bought one of these physically, there's a little activation code on the receipt that you can use, and get $10 of PSN store credit.
And that's in addition to the 10 you get with the system, you know. Like
right, there'll be a $10 gift card in the box, and then I went ahead and picked up another 20 just so I'd have, you know,
$40.
40 bucks cash. So if I could get get some games or some DLC or something. But anyway, so I got a couple of those.
Unbox them.
I got the spoons.
Open the shit out of that. All right.
Okay, and then obviously I got this charging station here, which, you know, I didn't really pay attention. I was so caught up in the moment, I wasn't really paying attention. But I really thought I was getting the Sony one.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't think, I might be wrong. I don't think that there is as in this is the official PlayStation camera. I don't think there is that exact same thing.
I thought for sure I saw one on Amazon.
There might be. Well, you want to hold off on it?
Yeah, you know what? I am going to hold off on that because
that's fair.
I don't know. Like
That's fair. You told people you're going to unbox it, and they're just going to sit there. That's cool. Yeah. All right.
We're gonna
great unboxing vids so far. You've seen 3 things, and nothing's been unboxed at all.
Already gone downhill. Yeah, I'm going to set this aside because I
don't think that's a bad decision. We can definitely check on it. Worst case, take it back. No big deal.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so anyway, as far as the unboxing goes, we're gonna do this bad boy right here.
All right. Sounds
PlayStation camera. Now, I gotta say that I wasn't all that interested in getting the PlayStation camera until I read about the ability to use it in conjunction with the Twitch streaming, where you can do like a picture-in-picture, which is basically like the way I used to do new game smell videos, but now basically I can do them as live shows on Twitch. Very cool. Which I'm very glad about. This looks like it's going to be exactly like the DualShock 4 controller, which is to say, the packaging is real minimalistic. You open that up, you do that, and that's it. There it is. Got a little bit more to it. Obviously, we've got the cable attached there.
Yeah, and it's got that it is a proprietary cable that Sony uses to plug
which is great. I mean, it would be wonderful to be able to have, I don't know, say like a USB extension on it, but you know what that actually kind of looks like? That looks like the link cable on the old Game Boy a little bit.
It does. It's a little bit bigger, but
it's a little bit bigger, but it looks a lot like.
Although, and I gotta give credit that is not very big. Like that is not.
No, it's.
Do we have? Where's
your iPhone?
I was gonna say, where's the controller? You put it in.
There's an iPhone, just for comparison. I mean, you can see it's
Yeah, it's not. That's not very big. That's actually reasonably small.
It is. I've got your iPhone in my pocket. Just
Makes me
keep
very
that in mind.
uncomfortable. All right, we'll just go for it.
Listen, I should be the one uncomfortable. I mean, what if I catch something? All right, so we got the camera, and then this right here looks like a stand.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Lo and behold, it does in fact look to be. Oh, it's like one of those little metal or weighted ones, is it?
Yeah, it would appear to be. Okay, so I see that there's some some very tight hinges there, and I'm guessing that this right here is meant to interface with this right here. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the instructions.
Oh my god! I thought you were a man.
All right, attaching your PlayStation camera to the stand, placing the camera and stand on a TV, placing it... okay, so I see. Basically, the idea is that you can just sort of fold this over the back of the TV, or, if it's lying flat.
It actually looks very similar like the Logitech, like the... I've got a Logitech, was it like a 910, 920, something like that, and that's how it holds itself onto like the back of a monitor.
Let's very carefully, let's just get rid of some of the tape on this and take this off. Hopefully not gouge my new officially licensed PlayStation Eye. As opposed to that piece of
actually,
shit
I think this is a third-party camera.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Just kidding.
My OCD kicks in on some of these things. Now there's an interesting to connect the camera, insert the frame. Okay, yes, I understand that. Locate the end of the camera, choose the cord. Notice that once attached, the rest of the camera remains free and is easily angled up or down. I'm anxious to understand what that means. Okay, yes.
Is it magnetic?
Ah.
Oh, I see.
I see. Yeah. So it's got it's hinged right there, and it will tilt up or down freely.
So that connected magnetically? Is that right there?
It's not magnetic. It feels like it's snapped in.
Oh, okay.
It feels like it's snapped into.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Whatever the case may be for that. I guess these are the microphone elements. You can just see the perforations in the.
Yeah, I can see if I can catch the light there. Yeah,
right
that's
there.
right there.
This material right here feels a little like a windshield wiper blade. It's like
so it doesn't damage like the front of your screen TV.
So and then that'll just that'll either sit flat or go on directly on top of the TV, and then you can kind of curve it as such to to
Put
sort
on the
of
top
contour
or the bottom or whatever
the case may be. I'm not exactly sure.
That's actually a question. Do you put your like for instance on your Wii or anything like that? Would you put the sensor bar at the bottom, top?
Yeah,
what do you use
on my Wii, the sensor bar is directly below the television, and for this, I don't know where it's going to go. This might replace the Wii sensor bar, since I very rarely play my Wii.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about your Kinect? Do you have a Kinect too?
Yeah, the Kinect's downstairs, and
right.
that one is actually connected above the TV.
Ah, okay.
There's sort of like a small mantle above the TV in the rec room, and is sitting up there. So anyway, there's the PlayStation camera. I'm going to go ahead and set it in the living room and just kind of clean up here so we can get ready for the main event.
Woohoo! Watch the setting it up action. There, look at it sit there in all its gloriousness.
That's right. That was
you know it's official when
anticlimactic.
something sits like that. Like that's no third party sitting it's doing right there.
No, that's legit.
That's some first party sitting.
That's right. I don't know. I shouldn't care about that stuff, but
you know how I feel about that.
It matters somehow. I think I've got this backwards. There we go. All right, so there's that.
Alrighty. Move these out of the way too while we're at it.
All right. PlayStation number 11 sold.
Last but certainly not least.
Okay, so as we did with the Ouya, let's just take a second.
All right.
And let's examine what we got here.
Okay.
Of course, we're showing off some first party, some third party stuff here on the back of the box. Showing off, the whole PlayStation. The whole PlayStation family over here. We were commenting that it is a thin box.
It is very thin.
I've got my PlayStation 3 box downstairs, and I mean it's like almost. It's almost twice.
It's definitely longer, but I mean, really, I gotta be honest. For I don't know, for a piece of new kit like this, it's very svelte.
It is, and so you got the easy carry handle. You know what this actually reminds me of a lot is this is almost the exact same shape and everything as the last MacBook I bought.
Yeah, I mean that honestly, it's like a laptop box.
It's like a
almost.
laptop box.
Maybe even just
exactly
a little bit bigger.
So anyway, but that's it. You want to get started?
I think we should. We got this nice little PlayStation logoed up little tape here. Let's cut that bitch off.
Here we go. Trying to be gentle. I'm gonna just, All right.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. Coming out here. Actually, I can stand to cut into that just a little bit too. All right. I think I hear one of my cats digging through the wall. I'm sure that can't be.
I mean, that's You didn't need that wall.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Good presentation.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very secure. Very.
Reminds me a bit of my 360. The 360 box opened up like that, and you had everything kind of laid out in front of you. So.
Well, the 360 boxes always to me felt like, they were like so jam-packed.
Yeah, it was amazing
felt,
how much they got in that box.
Yeah. Although, in a way, it almost was a little disconcerting to me because it's like you would never be able to put everything back in the way that they put it to you. But
right.
This actually looks like you could box it back up for transport if you wanted to take it over somewhere.
Right. Okay. So right here, I'm kind of covering some codes up and everything.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
But we've got some PlayStation Plus free trial. We got the Music Unlimited, and then we got the $10 in the PlayStation Store.
All right.
So that's all cool. Then we got the quick start guide
I gotta see
here.
those codes though. So I'm already gonna key them in.
Thank you, Tony. Alrighty, let's do that, and then let's do this. Knife might need to sharpen. It's dragging a little.
Struggling a little.
Dragging a little through the plastic. All right, there we go. There's Francois. There's the safety guide. We're going to skip the safety guide this time. We made the mistake of reading the Ouya safety guide and found out my table wasn't approved for use. Okay, let's see. We're going to have some AC adapter action, some HDMI port action, some LAN port action.
Yeah. Stick that plug right on in.
There you go. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble with that.
The one thing I think a lot of people were really kind of are bragging on, I guess, in a way, is that this uses standard cables. I mean, you got a two-prong power cable. It's a very standard cable. You've got HDMI is the only output. No analog, no multi-out. No, well, you do have optical, but no video out other than like the Sony's PlayStation have always used that same kind of multi-AV out.
Dualshock 4 controller. Of course, this is sort of old hat for me.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's so last generation at this point. I mean, really.
But as I said in my DualShock 4 video, I'm very, very happy with how the DualShock 4 controller feels.
Yeah.
And we're going to, just see how it actually plays with some games. I've gotten it working on the PC a little bit. Played some Batman Arkham Origins with it. And I loved it, but of course, I don't know that experience is entirely representative of what it will feel like, to play on the PlayStation 4. Sure. So speaking of our power cable, there it is. As you said, very, very standard two-prong kind of affair. That is a mini USB. Is that the mini or the micro? That's a micro USB. I think I got that wrong in the video. Micro USB cable for charging. There is a wired headset.
Yeah, this was something I swore I read something or saw something somewhere that showed like a little wireless Bluetooth. Yeah. That looked as if it came in the box, but
Not
this
so much
little.
the case.
But hey.
Yeah, it looks exactly like what you'd expect, like with a cell phone or something like that. I see we have a microphone off-on switch. Yeah. Here on the thing, which is nice.
Little different. Usually when they give you, it's like a little kind of the earpiece style that maybe like you might be expecting from Xbox or whatever. But
looks fine. We'll see how the quality
looks serviceable.
We'll see how the quality is. I wasn't too happy with the Xbox microphone that I got with mine, although I understand that the earlier model ones were a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
But by the time I got my Xbox Elite, they were cutting corners, I guess.
So that last little bit was the HDMI cable, which kind of nice. A lot of devices don't come with an HDMI cable anymore. I mean, most people have plenty, so it's not that big a deal usually. But
yeah, they're getting to be as plentiful as USB cables in my house.
Yeah, well, you think though, honestly, I think the was it the Xbox maybe and the Wii U's is it's kind of a newer turn for them to come with that.
All right, so we kind of I mean that's there's the accessories right there. We got them all. Not a whole hell of a lot. A few cables, the headset, the controller. So
and not much to it. The power supply is built into the console, so that nice basic charger cable.
That thing's that. I can't tell you how happy I am about that. That specifically, because I was moving my 360 from my shelf the other night, and pulling out that power brick, and it's just how did I ever fit this thing in here anyway? Okay, I'm going to tell you now, it's heavier than it looks.
Really? Can I just? Oh wow! Yes, that is that. Now I'll give them credit though, having seen the dismantle video that they officially put out. There's a lot of shit piled in there.
Yeah, you can tell. All right.
A lot of people are kind of slightly concerned that because Microsoft did decide to go with a much larger enclosure that they could control heat a little more, and that there's some slight concern that this may overheat.
All right, so I mean this is it. We're gonna fucking take this thing out of the plastic right now.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Some nice plastic. I'm just kind of taking it.
It's already got a fingerprint on it right there. See that? I'm kidding. It doesn't. All right, well, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me. I tell you what. I'll shut the box and we can.
You got a really nice shot of your light right now because of how glossy that is.
That's right. It's just sucking up all the light from the universe. You notice that this is not just black. This is jet black.
It is jet black.
All right. It is really thin. Definitely a lot closer to the. Definitely a lot closer to like the old PS2 than the PS3, which is pretty gigantic.
Yeah.
There's just sort of the controller for like height comparison, but that is.
I mean, so what is that, like 2 inches tall? Not even.
I don't know. It is not much though.
I can see it's kind of hard to see because of the light, but the slot loading drive is right there for the Blu-ray discs.
There's a case for scale comparison.
Yeah.
That is pretty tiny.
That is pretty tiny.
So, first impressions, I think it's safe to say Sony definitely trying to rekindle the spirit of the PlayStation 2. I mean, when they unveiled it, I think that was the first thing we all sort of thought of. It looks a lot like a PS2. It looks like a lot like a PS2 at an angle. And it still looks that way now. It's very curious to me, the fact that both Sony and Microsoft seem to arrive at the matte and glossy finish.
Yeah,
idea. That's kind of funny. So on the back here, we've got the camera I port. We've got we've got network Ethernet in. We've got HDMI, optical audio out, and power. And I mean that's it. Everything else is for fans and heat dissipation, I suppose.
Yeah.
Over here on the front. We've got two USB ports and the slot loading drive that you already pointed out. There's looks like a power. I don't know if that's a button or maybe just the indicator light.
No, I think that is the button.
And and then here's the eject right here.
And it's what is it called? Haptic or whatever, like where it's just senses your finger touch.
It's not not a physical button, just same way with PlayStation 3.
Well, same way with the first gen. The later ones actually replaced with a button, and some people kind of said, it's a physical click to it. And
I didn't realize that.
I think we've always talked. Still have a first gen launch PS3 working. You have a first gen PS3 still working.
Still working. Well, although it is my second first gen.
Yeah.
The first one I had wouldn't output audio through HDMI, only video. It was a weird
But didn't it work for a point and then it went out?
It did. It worked for
weird.
It was like less than a week, like a few days it worked, and then like for whatever reason no audio. I could still get audio over optical audio out, although at that time I didn't have the receiver I do now, so it didn't. I couldn't really use it. So anyway, but Yeah, I had one first gen PS3 for about a week, and then that one ended up getting replaced, and the one that I've got now is the one I've had ever since.
Could we sit it up?
Yes, we absolutely can.
I know technically there is a stand for it, although I think all the stand does really is just raise its center of gravity, so I'm not really sure that's all that useful.
You know, it looks really nice standing up.
It does.
Much nicer than the PlayStation 3 did.
Well, you know, I gotta be honest, the one thing I do like is both of these next-gen systems have a fairly squared-off shape. You know, they are kind of rounded. This one's kind of angular, but still, it's a box. It's flat on both sides, whereas both of the last-gen systems either had the kind of the inhaled look of the Xbox or the you know, sort of bloated look of the PlayStation.
They went for curves.
And you could never, like, you couldn't sit anything on top of, like, I mean, when I say sit something on top, even something as simple as just sitting in the case of a game.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't sit it on top of there while you were, you know, playing it or whatever.
It's kind of interesting to sort of think about console design and go back to the 8-bit consoles. Look at, you know, the NES, which was just a
the toaster
box.
style, yeah.
It was just a box, and then the Sega Master System, which, you know, I mean, it had like some angles and stuff to it, you know, but it was still, you know, just a pretty simple geometric shape, relatively speaking. And then, like, as soon as you go into the 16-bit era, you look at the Super NES, and it's got some curves to it. It's got some irregular shapes. You know, top-loading cartridge. You know, the Genesis, same kind of thing. You know, like this
kind
really
of round
interesting
circular top, and
round circular top. You know, top-loading cartridge. And I remember reading, I think, in Nintendo Power, the design of the Super NES. They were talking about how they were really trying to discourage people from setting shit on top of it. Which apparently had been something with the NES, and then they were like, it's not a good idea, you know, so we ought to design something that is not friendly to having things placed on top. But it's kind of interesting to just sort of like look at, you know, how those things evolved, and of course, you know, the next system for Nintendo and Sega would have been the Saturn, which was very boxy, and then Nintendo would have been the 64, which was...
well, again, top loading and kind of had that odd shape that you couldn't really sit anything.
Curves and
I mean,
stuff.
Saturn, you couldn't sit anything on top of PlayStation because you had top loading, you know, CD drives. But I really like what they've done this generation. I haven't, you know, don't have the Xbox One in our hands yet. We'll I'll you know, have one next week. We'll sort of see what that's like. But does definitely look like it's just they've kind of gone for, I think, frankly, a more entertainment center friendly style, you know, like it'll fit in a little bit better.
It's gonna blend in a little bit. It's still got
not even just the look, just legitimately physically fit in a little bit better.
But you're totally right. I mean, it's still got a little bit of something, letting you know that it's a bit different. It's not a stereo component. It's not a DVD or a Blu-ray player or something like that.
Because it's definitely not a Blu-ray player.
It's still got a little something different to it. But it is relatively safe in a lot of levels.
Yeah,
I think that the Xbox 360 even goes a step farther, and the Xbox 360 could very easily be confused for, you know, a piece of audio video equipment. Which
the 360?
Yeah, excuse me, the Xbox One. The Xbox One, you know, could very easily be confused for a piece of AV gear, which, you know, is not entirely a bad idea, given the fact that they are selling it as
that
an entertainment device, gaming, you know, film, television, online entertainment, all in one. I mean, it certainly looks like a box that does those things.
Yep.
So,
all right, well, I tell you what, we've been dicking off pretty much up to this point. This is all leading up to the very moment in which we will update it before you play games on anything else.
However, I've got the update downloaded. It's on a memory stick, so in theory, it's going to go really smooth.
There's one thing I will give Sony has always been good about is putting their updates online. You can download them outside of the system if you have any reason to, like in this case. Microsoft has started doing it, I think, as well here more recently. So, we want to move on to the.
Let's do this. We're gonna stop rolling here. And we're going to hook this thing up, and the next video we shoot, we're going to be playing some fucking games. Woo! Blah!